All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Wahara Hakadash, the one of the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect which you go to be. And it's brother Wire from GMS Chicago. Got a quick little lesson for you Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelites who bear the shame of looking like heathens, who spirit bear witness that they are a child of Heavenly Father. In the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, who the world English calls Jehovah God. In the name of the Heavenly Son is Yahweh Shai, who the world English calls Jesus Christ or Jesus Christos, so Yeshua, Yeshua, Yahweh. And pretty much this lesson is going into Jacob's trouble. You know, you see what's going on and how it's actually going to come about. It's going to come from the economy collapsing, dollar falling, you know what I'm saying? You know, where money wouldn't be able to be used anymore, you know? And ultimately, the ushering in of the Arfadicha, which is the mark of the beast. And pretty much with the economy falling and stuff, people's losing their jobs. You know what I'm saying? Automation, which if you don't know what that is when you replace by robots, because robots don't have to be paid time off or benefits. You know what I'm saying? It's a benefit to the company, but not to the employees. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna cause a lot of. You got this so-called quarantine where they ready to cut off certain things and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Where your freedom is being taken away. The mirth is gone out of the land. You know, and pretty soon the government, what they're gonna do is that they're gonna take everything else and stuff and expect for people to come in, but it's gonna put people in an uncomfortable situation or uncomfortable state or an impossible state to keep going, and it's gonna cause a civil unrest. You know what I'm saying? You know. So I'm gonna read. This is Jeremiah 30:7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble." You know what I'm saying? And it says that that day is great, meaning that it's gonna be horrific out here, man. You know, if you ever played San Andreas, when you put in well, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, when you put in the cheat code for chaos mode, you know, you'll have like the typical old lady and stuff that usually be on the cane. The next thing you know, you see her on the block. You know what I'm saying? With a bazooka and stuff, ready to shoot you down. You know what I'm saying? You know, and knowing if you put infinity health in, you know what I'm saying? Guess what happened? You know, she'll just blow you and you'll fly back like a little fire and stuff. As soon as you get up, she's shooting you down again. You know, if your gun level or all your guns level and stuff, you know what I'm saying, from like Tech Nine or the pistols all the way to like the sawed off shotguns, you know, um, if it was all the way to the max level and stuff, that's how everybody else was. People was driving and stuff. Fires was everywhere. You could see the smoke rising in the skies. You know, you could see people just driving around and stuff, running people over. You know what I'm saying? Getting out their cars, taking whatever they ran them over with. You know, it was just complete chaos, man. You know, people cars was getting stolen. The police get their car stolen. The next, you know, they'll steal somebody's car. You know what I'm saying? You know, you had even the gangbangers in that game and stuff. You'll have the ballers against the ballers, Grove Street against Grove Street. You know what I'm saying? I forget the other ones in white and yellow and stuff, but everybody was just, it was like a free fall, even if you was considered the same as somebody else, you know? It says, it says, uh, Jeremiah 37, it says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." Now, the ones that's going to be saved is the elect, which is consisted of 144,000, which is 12,000 men, each of the 12 tribes of Israel, the government body, and the one third, which consists of men, women, and children who are Israelites who believe no matter how they look. You know, these are the ones that's going to convert and they're going to come back and they're going to lean upon the Lord no matter what, man. You know what I'm saying? These are the sheep that hear the Lord's voice, you know, that has no stumbling block when it comes down to the word, who are true believers, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is Daniel's. What's going to happen is that the Lord's going to bring them through the fire, like it says in uh, uh, Zechariah 13:9. You know, this is Daniel 12:1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. Which Michael would be the angel. You know what I'm saying? You know, because guess what? The scripture says in Psalms 37:4 that those who fear the Lord and stuff, you know, the angels are around those that fear the Lord. You know, roughly paraphrasing, man. You know, and it's true. You know, so hey, guess what? We gonna need the angels to get through this. You know what I'm saying? Because the angels gonna be part of the hedge. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be of those in Jeremiah 30:7, when it says he shall be saved out of it. You know, and even just because it says he, it also talks about is women as well. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be Israelite women who are going to get saved as well. And there's also going to be Israelite children, you know what I'm saying, that's going to get saved as well. You know, no matter where they are, orphan, whatever status they are and stuff, they part of the elect, guess what? The Lord's going to protect them. It says, and there shall be a time of trouble. It says, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. So it's going to be a time of trouble that nobody will, because like even on the movies, right? And that's what majority of the movies been coming out with. It's like it's conflict and stuff, or the economy is collapsing. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, some of the best games are when the economy, God damn, it when the economy falls. You know what I'm saying? That's usually the best games that's out there. The Last of Us, they coming out with the second version. You know, Days Gone. You know, hey, even when it come down to Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. You know what I'm saying? What's the newest one? Warzone. All it is just to get people to be recruited. You know what I'm saying? Into the army, man. You know, and what the army is going to be used. The army is going to be used to come through to bring peace. You know what I'm saying, from the civil unrest. You know what I'm saying, but at the same time, uh, 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 the people are going to buck up anyways and stuff. So it's going to be shoot to kill. You know, or shoot to disdain or whatever, man. You know, it says and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. You know what I'm saying? That's talking about the book of life, meaning the elect. These are the only ones that's actually going to get saved. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to be brought through. And of course, yes, there's going to be some that get put to death, but guess what? They died for this truth. You know what I'm saying? Sirach or Ecclesiastes in Apocrypha, chapter 4, verse 28, it says that strive unto the truth, unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee, man. You know what I'm saying? You know? And what's that fight for thee? Being able to endure whatever punishment you're going through, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, to endure until the death, so you could be on a chariot placed with a crown of life. Because like the scripture says, it says that the first shall be last and the last shall be first. So if you die in this truth, you're gonna be the first ones resurrected. You know what I'm saying? Into with Yahweh Shai and stuff, with a brand new body, man. You know, with that angelic body, man. No, extraterrestrial. You know, because terra means earth, so the flesh, that's what terrestrial mean. But extraterrestrial means celestial and terrestrial mixed together. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is Luke chapter 21, verse 20. It says, and when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. And you see it. You got different states and whatnot. They showing vids off off the little drones and whatnot and stuff. How you got the army that's ushering. They got tanks. They got Humvees. You know, they got all this military equipment that's being transferred on those metro trains. You know what I'm saying, or Amtrak train tracks. You know what I'm saying. You know, uh, 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 you know, you got the National Guard that's coming in that ain't doing shit. You know, for certain crimes. And then after the National Guard, pretty soon it's gonna be the Army, whatever. Veterans. I wouldn't be surprised if they ask for veterans help. You know what I'm saying? You know, uh, 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 and then the police, and then in the military itself, special forces, special units, and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's Jerusalem. Now this was in 70 A.D. when we was going through the Roman persecution and stuff. But guess what? this is Rome all over again. You know, the same economic, you know what I'm saying, the same structure, you know, and it's the same spirits back from the Roman time that's here now. You know what I'm saying? So it says, verse 21, it says, then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains. And it says, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out. You know what I'm saying? Because it was great distress here, you know, because you had, what's his name? It was Titus, son of Vespasian. When he became general and Vespasian became emperor and stuff, it was a great revolt between the Jews and the Zealots and stuff uh, against the Roman Empire and stuff. And Titus, the son of Vespasian, was like, you know, let's just kill these people off. Let's just stop going through these back and forth battles and stuff. Let's just kill them off. You know what I'm saying? So those that was outside, you know, I mean, those that was inside and stuff, the best thing to do was to flee away because they was coming with great wrath. You know, it says, and let not them that are in the countries enter therein too, you know, because you know, back then, guess what? It was great trade. People, you had peddlers, you had people that was like, you know, going from city to city, vagabonds and whatnot. Because if they would have came to Jerusalem stuff, they probably weren't gonna come out. You know, you know. If it was better for them to live outside the walls and stuff, it would have been better because if you locked up, what does the enemy do? They try to starve you out. They try to cut off your supplies. They try to cut off all these different things and stuff so you can't survive, man. You know, because Esau, he's the uh, 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 he's the king of handicap matches. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't fight fair. You know, this is Luke 21 and 22. It says, for these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. It says, but woe unto them that are with child. You know what I'm saying? It says, and to them that give suck. So, you know, babies that can't walk yet, you know, or even a child that's of a certain age, man, you know, because what are children used to and stuff? They used to not be in distress, you know what I'm saying? They used to being comfortable at all times, you know what I'm saying? Even when it comes down to like an orphan or somebody that's like mistreated or or abused and stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be the same as how it is right now, man. You know, and what's gonna happen if the you know, you don't got no diapers and stuff. You know, guess what? They use dogs. They use bloodhounds and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think bloodhounds have 15 million or billion receptors in their nose. You know what I'm saying? So they just need a cloth. You know, if you ain't, you know, water's gonna get cut off and all that stuff. So guess what's gonna happen? You know, when you with a child and stuff, it's gonna be scarce and scary and stuff. How can I provide for my child when I don't have the resources to be able because it's been cut off? How I'm gonna be able to do these things? You know, you'll be worried about your child dying off. You know what I'm saying? You know, and even worse, within the distress when you're not eating, guess what tends to happen? Cannibalism arises, you know. And what will be the first victim in cannibalism? It will be your children. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because they bring less of fight to you know, it brings up less of fight. You know what I'm saying? Then versus going against an adult. You know, it says it says, in those days, for there shall be great distress in the land and wrath upon his people. Because Titus was he was trying to kill, he was trying to devour. He was like, you know, let's end all this, you know. It says, verse 24, it says, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And we are in the times of the Gentiles, man, because it's still a rulership. And when it comes down to it, hey, people are going to be arrested. You know, you got these FEMA camps and everything and stuff where they want to put you in. It's like, if you ain't going to take this trip and whatnot, we're going to starve you out, we're going to kill you. You know what I'm saying? You know, and they like the brother Kapatisaki, he always talk about how um, these devils, they like gradualism. So so when it comes down to the torture and stuff, you know what I'm saying, some brothers are probably not gonna have that quick death. But even in that quick death and stuff, it's still gonna be painful. You know, it's just because the brother Kanasla, he has said and uh, um, that there's a chemical that is being released in your brain I think it's called DMV or something like that, or DMZ, something like that. And pretty much what it does is that it kind of like slows down time, so something that's real quick can feel much much longer. You know what I'm saying? It says it says verse 25. It says, and there shall be signs in the sun. It says in the moon, which is talking about the blood moons, big moons, super moons, blue moons. You know what I'm saying? You know, the sun when it come down to the eclipse. You know, and if you ever seen Hercules, the cartoon version, you know, uh, uh, or in a lot of other movies and stuff, you know what I'm saying, that was built upon the prophecy and stuff. It always had something to do with the planets lining up, you know what I'm saying? The with a certain eclipse would come to pass and stuff, and it would be a sign that something bad was gonna happen. It says in the stars and upon the earth, distress of nations, which perplexity, the sea and the waves warn. It says men's heart failing them for fear and and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. You know what I'm saying? He says, "For the powers of heaven shall be shaken." So it's gonna be so horrible and stuff that men's hearts gonna be filled. You know what I'm saying? You know when somebody come around the corner and you don't expect for them to be there and stuff, the next thing you know you jump even if you don't move. You know what I'm saying? But what's the first thing a person do? They grab their chest. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that happening like 100 times fold. You know what I'm saying? You know, because guess what's going to also be happening these times? It's going to be strange apparitions, like the movie uh, paranormal activity and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Where you got chairs flying and stuff, you know, pots moving and whatnot, you ducking and dodging so you won't get hit, you know. Hey, you don't even have to get hit, you know what I'm saying? The demons don't even have to touch you, you don't have to fight them and stuff. They can just come with a scary face or reveal themselves and stuff in any manner of form, you know, and scare the living lights out of you, man. You know, where you just drop dead, you know. You know, so it's gonna be a very horrible time, man. You know, and for all you guys out there that think that it's just gonna be 12 hours like the purge, no, and and a lot of you people that think that you just finna stay in one area and stuff, no, it's not gonna be like that, man. Not for a majority of our people. Now, if the Lord does that, you know, blessed be that family. But other than that, hey, some of us gonna be on the majority of us gonna be on the move. You know, because that's gonna be the light. You know. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 12. It says, actually, this is Second Ezra chapter 14, and the part for verse, from start at 13. It says, now therefore set thy house in order. You know what I'm saying? You know, what's the first house that you should have in order? Your own self. You know what I'm saying? If you got a family and stuff, you know, put them in order. It says, and reprove thy people. You know, and this is our job. Isaiah 58 and 1. It says, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and shoot my people their transgressions, and Jacob their sins. You know what I'm saying? And part of that and stuff is also giving them warning to fix themselves up for the day and coming of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, which is the second coming, which is well on its way. It says, in comfort such as them as be in trouble. You know what I'm saying? You know, because people are going to be looking for the answers. You know, the flood, you know, like how it was in the book of Acts, according to Ecclesiastes 1 and 9, that there's nothing new underneath the sun. Things that have been shall be. You know what I'm saying? Things that have shall be done. You know, that was done shall be done. You know, nothing new underneath the sun. You know, so hey, guess what? Uh, it's going to be a lot of people that's going to be looking for answers. You know what I'm saying? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? You know what I'm saying? And we're going to give them the prophecies. You know what I'm saying? Because it says, and now renounce corruption. You know, because those that look for the corruptible crown, they're going to get slain in the earth. They're going to be put to sleep, like the scripture says, where it talks about people being put be still. You know what I'm saying? When you steal, that means you're dead. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be great death. The scripture says that so like it says, renounce corruption, meaning stop following the ways of this world and stuff, because it's not going to prosper for you. You know, because a state, when it comes down to the word destruction, it could be a state of being. You know what I'm saying? What it says in Micah 2 and 10, this is not our rest, for it will utterly destroy us with a sword of destruction. You know what I'm saying? And it does. You know. So renounce corruption means to take it away, leave it alone, put down that old man, that weak nature. It says, verse 15, it says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee. Um, like it says in Matthew 6, that, roughly paraphrasing that pretty much that the Lord makes sure that the birds get fed and whatnot. So how much more you? You know what I'm saying? So we shouldn't worry about those things. You know, if it's been 1 or 2 or 3 days and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Whether if you incarcerated or out there and about, hey, guess what? You still gonna get fed. You know what I'm saying? You know, because hey, guess what? You see it. If you ever seen the movie, the TV show, Aang the Avatar, the Last Airbender. You had one of the generals and stuff that was with Prince Zuko. You know what I'm saying? He got locked up, and you had one of the soldiers and stuff that highly respected him. And what was she doing? While everybody else that was soldiers like neglected him and stuff, she knew he had a good heart. And what did she do? She fed him. You know what I'm saying? So hey, don't be surprised that hey, it's gonna be some soldiers and stuff who's gonna believe. You know what I'm saying? And they fuck around and help you out. You know what I'm saying? It says it says it says let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature. You know what I'm saying? You know, because when you're worrying, you're doubtful and stuff, you can't really think straight and stuff. So guess what's going to happen? You're not going to be stable. The script says in Isaiah 33:6, it says, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time and strength for salvation. You know, it says, so it's going to keep you stable. So you don't need anything of a weak nature and stuff that causes you to be unstable. Verse 15, it says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. You know, so hey, you think you've seen the worst. You know what I'm saying? You know, you think you've been through the worst. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? Hope for the worst. Because the worst has not come yet, man. You know? Because I remember the brother from GMS Ancient for Days. It's an old video. It's a GMS exhortation. And he said that the Lord's going to push you. He going to push you, man. He's going to push you to the max of your ability to see if you're going to crack, you know? So, hey, being on the edge, you thought you was on the edge and stuff where it was like, you know, well, I'm just finna give up or I'm finna, you know, just go AWOL. I'm finna just, you know, go out and just do something stupid and stuff. You think you felt like that and stuff. You have no idea because you're going to be on the brink of survival. You're going to be about survival. You ain't going to be about doing this and doing that. People are going to be very, very scared in these times. Very scared. You know, even the elect. Why? Because we still in these fleshly bodies. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, with us having this word, it's going to give us comfort to keep going. You know? But when it comes down to the other people, they gonna be out of their minds. You know what I'm saying? Scripture says in Second Ezra 5:8 that that minstrels women bring forth monsters. You got people that be out. You got little kids over here. If they got a Glock on them or a tech on them and stuff, what do they do? They'll shoot you down for some shoes. You know what I'm saying? You got grown men holding two women up at gunpoint and stuff just to get a chicken sandwich because they ran out of chicken at Popeyes. And you got the mind frame of these people out here and stuff. You also got people that's into sadism. Sadism is when they sexually get off when they inflict pain. You know what I'm saying? Like the sight of blood gets them aroused. You're gonna have those people out here in the streets. You're gonna have against a gang called Sweet Bloods. They walk around in panties and whatnot and stuff, you know, switching and whatnot, you know, and they look for men. You know what I'm saying? You also had a group of men down there in New York a while back who was actually looking for men and stuff. And what he was doing, he was devouring men as if they was in jail and putting them to death afterwards and stuff. That's gonna be let loose. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these homosexuals and stuff that that want to stay in that mind frame, you know, hey, guess what? They gonna be out here, man. You know, it's gonna be mass ravishing on both ends and stuff. That's gonna also happen in these times. You know, um, uh, it says, oh yeah, another thing. What is America doing now? Letting out all the prisoners, just like on the movie The Batman Begins. You know what I'm saying? And also Batman Returns, I believe, with the Bang in it and the Joker. You know what I'm saying? pretty much crime is going to be allowed. You know what I'm saying? It says, verse 17. It says, "For look how much the world shall be weaker through age," and you see it. You know what I'm saying? The more time that comes across when it comes down to America, you see how more wickeder it is. You know what I'm saying? How much more wickedness is more allowed and stuff. You got the Pizza Gate, man. You know, where you just go to a pizza place and stuff, and you order number 8 or number 9 and stuff, and it's cold for a certain child that you want to have sex with. You know, uh, it says you got little kids and stuff who can't even. You get kids from like what, maybe from 5 years old to like 10. You know what I'm saying? That's able to change their sex, gender, and stuff, but can't grab no liquor, can't buy no house, can't buy no car. You know what I'm saying? You know, but able to change their sex, and you got little boys out here shaking their ass like they a woman trying to twerk, man. You know, you got women that's trying to be men and whatnot and stuff. You know, trying to get sex change and stuff, popping hormone pills just so they can grab a beard and stuff. You know what I'm saying, on the low, man. You know, it says it says so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. So what you think is gonna happen when there's no law? When a man can do whatever he wants to, when a woman can do whatever he wants to and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, when it's somebody who needs to be strictly on meds and stuff, you know what I'm saying, and everything's gone because everybody took the medicine. You know what I'm saying? You don't even got the medicine that people would take just to off themselves. All that is gone, so they don't know what to do, and they got a suicidal mind frame and stuff, but they can't contain it and stuff. Then what happens? You know, and these people gonna be out here. You know, it's gonna be complete chaos in this place, man. Like for real. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 12. It says, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." Hey, when people loses their comfortability and stuff, they'll do anything just to get it back. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's gonna be great betrayal. You know what I'm saying? Amongst those that you trusted and stuff. You know, you're gonna be surprised. Where it's like, oh, this, because I remember Apostle Kabar. He said, "Don't be surprised." In one of the live streams that they did last year, or this year, uh, uh, he said, "Man, don't be surprised when somebody that you was on the line and stuff, you know what I'm saying, be the same one that's detaining you and stuff, or when you get detained and stuff, he's the one with a police jacket and stuff, and he looking to he's there to interrogate you, or he's the one afflicting you and stuff in the FEMA camp. Don't be surprised, because we already understand there's going to be agents. We understand there's going to be people that's going to be dedicated to the world. You know what I'm saying, and not to y'all about y'all shot. So they get paid off. It says, and then also it says the love of many shall wax cold. That also means your families. You already see it when it come down to Maury. You got the father against the mother. You got the father going breaking the love and the trust bond and stuff between all the families, cousin, niece, nephew, uh, um, distant relative. Auntie, niece, uncle, nephew. I said that already. Brother, sister, mother, daughter. You also see that in the movie Precious. How Precious was molested by or old girl. What's her name? Miss Parker. I don't know her name, but she had she envied her daughter. You know what I'm saying? Because her man was liking on Precious, and what did that do? That caused her mother, the mother of Precious, what she was doing was like you my enemy and stuff because of this and because of that, and that naturally happens because adultery is high level within the nation of Israel. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? A lot of people are going to be just for themselves, and you see it on TV. You know, you see it on TV. A parent wouldn't care less about their child as long as they good, and then vice versa, man. You know, this is Matthew 24:7. It says well, verse 6. It says It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars," which we already, got all these other countries and stuff. They bombing all the military bases and stuff that's in their lands. I mean, bombing all American military bases that's in their lands. You know, they going back and forth and whatnot and stuff. So we in the midst of World War III. You know what I'm saying? It says, "And kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be it says, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places." And what's part of that pestilence? You know what I'm saying? These different diseases. You know what I'm saying? You got bugs uh, uh, that's coming through and stuff and devouring crops. You know what I'm saying? Or the fact that crops can't grow fast enough to meet production levels. You know what I'm saying? And with this COVID, everybody's scared to touch something. You got to take a chance. You know what I'm saying? You got to take a chance when it come down to this food. You know, you know. It says in famine, it's finna be great famine out here. They cutting off all these truck jobs. You know what I'm saying? 18 wheelers, cross country trucks and stuff. You know, and with the dollar felling and stuff, if you ain't paying the workers and stuff, guess what? Ain't nobody finna just be like, oh, let's do a good deed and let's keep bringing in food. Ain't nobody finna do that. You know what I'm saying? Especially when the country is still demanding money just so you can receive goods. You know what I'm saying? And it's not enough. You know, it says what's also part of that famine or the ushering in of that famine and stuff, hyperinflation. You know, and hyperinflation, if you don't know what it is pretty much when all the when you don't have enough when the prices of food and different necessities and stuff skyrockets. You know what I'm saying? So one day, you everything's all good and stuff. You got the 2 for the 5 or the Mr. Pure juices and stuff. And then one day you just go to the store, you on your jolly way, you go, oh, your mom's or your OG and whatnot send you out to the store and stuff, and then next thing you know, she send you with $5 or $10 to get you a little something, right, for going to the store for, and then next thing you know, bread is what, 30 something dollars. You know what I'm saying? Or that 2 for 5 or Mr. Pure juices and stuff is $70. You know what I'm saying? And 35 for just one. You know, that's what's gonna bring in famine. It says in earthquakes in diverse places, and that's what you're seeing. It says verse 8. It says all these are the beginning of sorrows. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a very great distress without all the land because it's already happening in other countries. You have Venezuela, which is the Zebulonites. You know what I'm saying? Uh, uh, they already going through famine. You know, they tossing their money out into the middle of the streets, and anybody who didn't know, they're gonna be like, "I made the jackpot" and stuff, and then would have found out that that money was worth nothing, man. you know, uh, 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 they was selling raw meat, going to the families starving and hungry and stuff to the point that they had to go to the garbage dumps. You know what I'm saying? Just to look for leftover chicken bones that probably still had like little meat. You know what I'm saying? And if they not in the truth, guess what? They gonna be looking for a little fat as well and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna be trying to consume, man. They gonna be trying to consume. And that's how bad it was. Even though it smelled nasty, tasted nasty. You know what I'm saying? Probably could have got sick off it and stuff. Grabbing bones from various garbage bags from long searches in a garbage dump and stuff and trying to make a stew or a soup. You know what I'm saying? The foul juices and you trying to drink it so your children be fed. You know, that's what's finna come, man. And the Lord ain't with you and stuff. You done in, man. That's why Scripture says, "Seek the Lord while He may be found." He's able to still be found while these videos are going up, man. While you able to still see small groups of brothers and stuff on the streets, saying prophesying, man. Because eventually that's going to be cut off. The government already put out an article about how, well, it was an article about how they're going to be looking at certain things and improving certain things. That's just pretty much the scripture where it says that I will not give you a famine of bread, but a famine of the word, man. The famine of the word is coming, man. You know, and all the people that took it for granted and stuff. The scriptures talk about how you're gonna be going to those different spots and whatnot, trying to seek for us and stuff. And hey, it also says that a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. You know what I'm saying? The Lord may not. The Lord might have man of the Lord tongue cleave to the roof of his mouth when he don't say nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is this is actually this is back in that Matthews 24:12. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. This is Second Ezra chapter 6 verse 24 in Apocrypha. It says, and at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. You know what I'm saying? So old boy you've been passing blunt to, you know what I'm saying, shorting them down and stuff, the associates when it come down to the workplace, you know what I'm saying, old boy that always had a connection, whatnot, hey, you should be like an enemy against him. It says, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. People are grimy already, so how much more when they life depend upon it, you know? Or they got families that they need to feed and stuff, and they in a scarcity. You know what I'm saying? You got one piece of bread and everybody got guns. You know what I'm saying? What you think finna happen? It's not finna be shared. People gonna die for that bread. You know, like uh the movie, I think it's Batman Begins with the Joker, and uh uh it was one spot, and Joker pretty much took control of everything and stuff. So there's one spot that was left open. So what he do? He broke a pool table stick in half. You know what I'm saying? And threw him on the ground for the last two people and stuff who wanted that spot, and they had to pretty much you know fight to the death just so they can get that spot, man. And that's how it's gonna be when it comes down to seeing food, man. You know, people are gonna be robbing and stealing and stuff, but when it really gets scarce with the one that you robbed, they don't got nothing no more. You don't got nothing no more. Everybody in your area don't got nothing no more. But when it come down to like seeing, like say somebody rolled an apple down, down the hallway and stuff. Anybody who sees that and stuff, guess what? They gonna be like people on Black Friday. They don't care if a child falls. They don't care if an elderly person falls. They don't care if a young or a young woman or man falls and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They don't care what your stature is. If you in their way, they stepping over you like you just a pavement, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, it says the springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. With when they come down to these dams, the dams, what they do is that they pump the water that you get within your faucets. You know what I'm saying? Meaning coming out your shower heads, coming out the tub spout. You know what I'm saying? Coming out your sink. You know what I'm saying? You know, all that's gonna be done away with. Why? Because it's connected to an electronic grid, and once they shut that down, like say this place gets smacked with an EMP and electric magnetic pulse. You know what I'm saying? It's like an invisible bomb that takes out all electricity out of devices and stuff, and pretty much fry them as well. You know, mess around cause an explosion too. Um, if that grid goes down, that's hooked up to these dams, then guess what? Ain't no water coming in your crib. The only thing that's gonna be left is what people usually have in their basements, that thing that holds the water and stuff that pumps it throughout uh, um, that pumps it throughout the house. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be the only water right there. People also would have to be in a situation where they had to choose between water to drink and water to cleanse themselves with. You know what I'm saying? Um, and people think that they finna go to like a stream or a river and stuff and actually drink some water. That's why it's so bad to be in a famine or scarcity of food, or to be really, really starving when you're out there on boats. You know what I'm saying? Because people will know that drinking the water is not safe. To drink salt water is not safe. It will poison you. It will make you sick and cause you to die. But when you desperate and stuff, and your mouth dry and stuff, and it's been a couple of days and you don't even have no food or no water and stuff, guess what's gonna happen? People gonna try to drink the water anyways. They're not gonna take the time because people's insanity is gonna deplete. No, people's sanity is gonna deplete. So they're gonna be like, I'm so thirsty, I'm finna drink this and stuff. Feel bad, but then it's like this the only thing I could drink. You know what I'm saying? This is the only way I'm gonna survive, and they're gonna end up dying. You know what I'm saying? It says, verse 25, it says, "Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation in the end of the world." You know what I'm saying? And that's what you want to be. You want the Lord to provide for you, man. Because if He ain't providing for you, you messed up. You know, like the two women and stuff in Second Kings, the sixth chapter, verses 24 through 26 or 28. You know what I'm saying? It completely goes into how it got so bad in the famine in Samaria and stuff that underneath the Assyrians rule at the time, that it got so bad that you had two women that was bargaining to eat their own children. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna come. That's gonna come. People being finesse. It's like, we gonna eat your child today. Oh, you got a family of seven, huh? Oh, we let's eat three of your kids. I got four kids and stuff, and we can eat three of mine the next day. Next thing you know, you over here crying. Got a you got that old saying and stuff that the pretty much like when it comes down to a frog, if you put him in the water, you know what I'm saying, and have it slowly boil and stuff, go to a boiling point, the frog wouldn't know that he's being cooked. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be your child. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna cut up some onions and stuff. Child like, ooh, it feels all good and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But don't have no clue why the parent is crying. You know what I'm saying? Cutting up the onions and cutting up a couple of carrots and stuff and putting them in there, putting a little season salt or whatever you have. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, you gotta kill your own child just so you can eat it. You know? That's what's gonna come. That's gonna come. It says, that's what's gonna come. So what you want to do is that you want the Lord to be on your side. So that's why you need to come now. That's why you need to present yourself as a living sacrifice. That's why you need to get on board. Because if you don't get on board, hey, guess what? You're gonna get messed up. Also, for you women, just to put this out here, you know what I'm saying? Think about the movie Book of Eli. You had, when he came underneath that bridge. For you guys out here, women are going to be used as a as bait. You know what I'm saying? Also, for the women that's being used as bait, you gotta look at it this way. You in the movie Book of Eli, and you could come up with the sense on yourself. You can figure out on your own. It's not rocket science. You have five dudes. That's five dudes and stuff. They got skin problems and everything and stuff. And you really think that they just let that woman just be around just to be around? You know, you could pick up the pieces, and that's what's gonna be out here. It's gonna be mass ravishing out here, man. You know, this is Second Ezra chapter 5 verse 9. I started verse 8. Um, yeah, verse 8. This Second Ezra 5 and 8, it says, "There shall be a confusion also in many places." Because what it says in for First Thessalonians 5 and 1, it says, when they say peace, no, 5, I think 5 3. When it says peace, peace, let me grab it then. First Thessalonians 5 1. This First Thessalonians 5 and 1. It says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. It says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night." It says, verse 3, it says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." You know what I'm saying? So, going back to this second address, yeah, second Ezra 5 and 8, it says there should be a confusion also in many places. It's gonna be pumped that everything's gonna be good. America's gonna be great again. You're gonna get your checks. You know what I'm saying? You know, what is this thing going on about the stimulus check and stuff? It's gonna be the same. What people going and say if like this, hypothetically speaking as a man, that what they do is that they open up everything. You know, the bars and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because either there's two ways this is gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? They either just gonna cut it off and just make it more and more strict where you can't do this and do that and stuff to the point where it's like you can't even go out to buy food, but you gotta buy food because you don't got no food and stuff. But then you'll be breaking violations and different codes and whatnot when you have military that's lined up in the streets and stuff. If you go out and stuff and you need to get some food and stuff, and they tell you to go back in your house, they either shooting you on sight or disdaining you and stuff. If you fight them and stuff, more than likely they're gonna be shooting you down. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's all because you needed some food, or they're gonna reopen everything up, give people a sense of hope. It's like, yes, it's finna come. Things are gonna be great. I told you, mom, everything was gonna be great. And then next thing you know, they shut all that stuff down. People they use all the little money that they have and stuff. They blow it on bullshit. Like when it comes down to the taxes and stuff, and now you left out of nothing, man. You know, they already boarding up all these different places and stuff. So eventually down the line, they will board up grocery stores. You know what I'm saying? They gonna board up gas stations. They gonna board up everything and stuff because they wanted to be a bunch of hungry rats or mice in a maze, man. You know what I'm saying? And if a mice that's so hungry and stuff that can still smell that cheese, guess what's gonna happen? It's gonna think that cheese is on that other mouse. You know what I'm saying? Which gonna bring the cannibalism, man. The different mirages and all this stuff, man. People heads gonna be playing with them. Demons gonna be playing with them. You know what I'm saying? It says it says there shall be a confusion also in many places. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be people gonna be like, what's going on? You know, they're gonna be rubbing their head, pulling their hair out and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, it says in the fire shall be often and when people and without their phones, you know what I'm saying? Speaking of experience, I saw a woman that was ready to kill somebody and stuff and thought that everybody that was around and stuff, she was gonna kill that person if she didn't get her phone. You know what I'm saying? Phone wasn't working and stuff when she found it and stuff, you know, and thought somebody was further afflicting her. So guess what? It's finna be it's finna be messed up out here. It says, "And the fire shall be often sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places." Hey, you got different animals and stuff that's beaching themselves, different animals that's just rolling over and they dying and stuff by the masses. You know what I'm saying? Collecting diseases and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like certain deers and stuff, they got the mad, well, got something like mad cow disease or something like that, or something that's just being spread and transferred and stuff, which we already know that's just Esau doing that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it causes the predators. You know what I'm saying, to come in to venture off into different areas. And I think it was El Salvador, I don't think it's El Salvador, which is also which is also the Zebulonites, but it's I think it's El Dorado or something like that. You had five mountain lions and stuff that was going through packs. Now, according to certain experts that deal with those animals, they say that they don't travel in packs like that, and that it was and that like the biggest one and stuff probably was the mother, so she was teaching the young ones how to hunt. But if all the regular animals that they usually hunt for are gone, what would be the next available thing? When lions can't eat their normal things and stuff, they get desperate. That's when they go after the giraffes. That's when they go after elephants and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? It's a lot of meat, but they life on the line to get that meat. You know what I'm saying? So what's gonna be the next thing? Humans, because these animals was coming in areas that was populated by humans. You know, you know, people gonna be so hungry they go to the zoos to try to catch this and catch that and stuff, and end up releasing something that they had no intentions on releasing. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got packs of silverback gorillas and stuff storm the alleys and the streets looking for food and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Looking for food and stuff. Like a pack of niggas on bullshit, man. That's a scary sight because they strong and they can they can climb stuff. You know, they can grab things, and cannibalism also happens with them as well. They get so hungry, they're not just gonna die off. They're gonna look for something to eat, even if it's strange to them. You know, packs of dogs when they get wild again, they move like wolves. They move like packs. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine a bunch of chihuahuas and stuff in a group. You think you're gonna kick stuff off and whatnot. No, they gonna latch on you and stuff and devour you like a bunch of piranhas, man. You know? It says, just to wrap it up, it says, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and mistress women shall bring forth monsters. You got 40-year-olds and stuff that still sag their pants to this day, who still be repping that gang banging stuff and whatnot. Who still got mind frames as a teenager and stuff. You know, yeah. Hey, guess what? They gonna be out here, man. A lot of these different OGs and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hey, for all you guys that's out here that's sagging your pants and stuff, hey, they gonna be looking at it as advertisement. They don't care what gang you from. You know what I'm saying? They gonna have that jail mind frame out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Probably won't even try to even go after a woman. You know what I'm saying? They might go after a man. Why? Because they care about dominating. You know what I'm saying? It says, verse 9, it says, and salt water shall be found in sweet. It says, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then it says, all friends shall destroy one another. You know what I'm saying? So people gonna be trying to mess you over. Your own family can be ones trying to mess you over. You know what I'm saying? It says, then shall wit hide itself, meaning that the feminine word, it says, and understanding withdraws itself into his secret chamber. You know what I'm saying? So people that's in the know and whatnot and stuff, you know what I'm saying, they ain't gonna be like, here, I have the answers. I know what to do. I know what to tell you and stuff. No, they gonna keep it on the low. They gonna move wisely, man. You know what I'm saying? You know? An example of moving wisely is that when you had King David, you know what I'm saying, he was slaughtering all these nations and stuff. He played crazy and stuff just so he could get past the Ammonites, because if one of them were to recognize him as King David, they would have put him to death. So he acted like he was crazy. He ain't, yeah, I'm King David. What it is? He ain't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? Because he knew he was gonna be put to death. You know what I'm saying? So he acted crazy and stuff just so he can move safely throughout the streets. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I'll wrap it up with this. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse let's go up to here. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. It says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. The scripture says in Amos 3 and 3, can two walk together lest they be agreed? So if the husband and the wife and the children, they just like everybody for themselves, it's a free fall. Hey, guess what? Everybody gonna be looking to try to get over on somebody. You know, I'm gonna skip, and then with the I should be evil towards his brother. You know what I'm saying? Your homie and stuff. It's like, man, we smoke together and stuff. It's like I was watching this comedy called I think his name is Johan or something like that, and it was about the quarantine where it was just it was like, man, just got 2 weeks. We got all this food and stuff. It's him and his girl. We got just 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? He over here smashing everything and stuff, and then next thing you know, one of his homies is out of food and stuff, right? And he's like, yeah, man, you come over here. Yeah, you can come over here and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, say if you end up giving somebody some food and stuff, right? But they still in the scarce. They not trying to find no type of way where they can get for their own, and they lean upon you. Eventually down the line, when you get scarce and stuff, you know, they gonna be looking at you like, man, you bogus. You just trying to do me wrong and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So then next thing you know, they come into your door like, hey man, shoot, I was able to come up on something and stuff, and I just wanted to repay you and stuff. And as soon as you open the door, they got a gun to your face, telling me give me all your stuff. Don't be surprised when you come down these guys, because once again, adultery is heavy in the nation of Israel. He over there winking at your wife and whatnot. You looking at him like what you finna be on and stuff. And guess what? He trying to smash your girl, because these thoughts was already in his head. He just never told you. But now he got power over your life. He can shoot you down, take your girl and stuff, and eat up all your food. You know what I'm saying? It says skip. This is I'll skip down to is verse 65. I'm sorry. Yeah, 65. It says, and among these nations shalt thou find no ease. It says, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord Yahweh shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. You know what I'm saying? It says, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee. It says, and thou shalt fear day and night and shall have none assurance of thy life. You know what I'm saying? And when you play the video games like The Last of Us and stuff, you could tell that they don't know what's finna happen, man. You know, they don't know what's gonna go down. You know, when people's comfortability is taken and stripped away and stuff, majority of our people and stuff, they don't have no essential skills, man. You know what I'm saying? They know what their phone can do. They know how to hack. They know how to steal electronically. They know how to do this. You know what I'm saying? They know how to crack this and crack that. That's all they know how to do. But when that's being removed, they just sit in ducks. They don't know what to do, man. They don't have any clue of what they can do. You know what I'm saying? You know, it says, verse 67, it says, in the morning thou shalt say with the Most High were even. It says, in that evening thou shalt say with the Most High it was morning. So you're going to be praying to the Lord. What you going to see nightfall? You're going to see the next minute, or you going to see the next day? You know what I'm saying? How long would I be in here and stuff, you know? Or how long is this going to last and stuff? You know, that's how it's going to be. It says, for the fear of thine heart, wherewith thou shalt fear. You know what I'm saying? It says, and for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. The scripture says that you should see people's bodies upon the ground like dung. Like, you know, when you go to a park or a beach and the geese be around and stuff, and you got shit all over the place. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be like that, man. You know, that's how people's bodies going to be and stuff, right? From starvation. You know, hey, don't be surprised you see somebody just laid up, you know what I'm saying, flies flying around them and stuff around their head, and then you look at them and stuff, and you see they skeletal system and stuff through their skin, man. You know, just lunged over and stuff. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are going to be giving up the ghost, giving up the spirit like that, man. You know. And I know I said that I was going to be done with that, but this is Second Ezra, chapter 15, starting at verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell in the world," according to First John 2:15. It says, "The love of the love not the world, for the love of the Father is not in the world." So all those that love the world and stuff, according to James 4:4, you know what I'm saying, you making yourself an enemy, you making yourself an op against the Lord and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, and the Lord can destroy all things because He's the Creator, right? It says, verse 15, it says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands." You know, and you got all these people in Chicago and across the world and stuff. I'm pretty sure and stuff. What they do, they show their guns on Facebook. They show what they got on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? You know, and even if they do got some more that they don't show on Facebook and stuff, people are gonna be using those guns. But guess what? When it comes down to guns, you got to use ammunition. You know, and they buying up all the ammunition. The fake Jews and stuff, they buying up all they buying up all the ammunition, man. You know what I'm saying? All the guns. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of devils that's pretty much buying all these things and stuff. Because when it come down to the movie The Hunt, there's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be hunting who thought they weren't gonna be hunting. It's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be able to prevail. Because even in the video game The Last of Us, you had regular civilians and bandits and stuff that was rolling around the military equipment and stuff, you know. And it shows that, hey, just because you're in the military, it doesn't mean that you won't get overthrown by these civilians. You know what I'm saying? It's the Lord that controls all things, and this is gonna be part of this movie. It says, verse 16, it says, "For there shall be sedition among men," meaning rebellion. It says, "in invading one another." You know what I'm saying? It says, "They shall not regard their kings nor princes," you know, and they don't care, man. You had in Lost Margaritas, you had the Israelites, the so-called Mexicans and stuff. What did they do? They took their mayor, tied his legs, tied his legs and stuff to the back of a pickup truck and drove off, man. You know what I'm saying? Having them just be like a rag dog driving against the pavement and stuff. That's that's some painful stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they did to their own mayor, man. You know, shoot, the mayor of the mayor of Chicago and stuff. Pretty much, what are they doing? A lot of people frying her. You know what I'm saying? Frying her, talking about it and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because she cut off the lakefront. You know what I'm saying? The more that she cut off and stuff, don't be surprised they look for her head. You know, it says it says in the course of their actions shall stand in their power and stuff. You know, you had the what do you call it, the yellow jacket movement. You know what I'm saying? You know, they was coming against the police and stuff. People were all out in the streets and stuff, and the police mixed in with riot shields and stuff. You know, pepper spray and tear gas and stuff. All these things are finna happen, man. Verse 17 it says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." They already doing passing orders and executive orders and stuff where you can't leave the state. You know, when you can't go from state to state and whatnot, they're gonna tell you to turn around. You know what I'm saying? If you don't turn around and stuff, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna either detain you or shoot to kill. You know what I'm saying? It says you know, so hey, when it come down to even CTA and stuff, right? Don't be surprised when they shut that down. You know what I'm saying? Don't be surprised when it come down to shutting down the metro or shutting down the shutting down the shutting down the Amtrak. You know what I'm saying? Or those big freight trains and stuff, like you see in certain movies and stuff. Somebody that's trying to get over and they don't really have no money. What they do, they get on one of the freight trains, and when they get on the freight trains, they go into another country, but think or another state or something. But what tends to happen is that you're gonna have checkpoints. You know what I'm saying? Not just by road, but also by tracks. You know what I'm saying? Where it's gonna be hard. Either hey, the Lord gotta be with you. You know, I got a personal testimony when the Lord made me invisible. You know what I'm saying? When time of trouble was around and stuff. When I was walking past and stuff and nobody could see me. You know what I'm saying? So hey, the Lord would have to do the same thing for you. You know what I'm saying? You know, make you not give off no smell, even though you got a dog sniffing around right in your face and he can't sense you, and just keeps going, man. You know, it says verse 18. It says for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. When you prideful, you think everything's all good. That's why you're gonna be in great trouble and stuff, because it's gonna show that you don't have no stability. It says the houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. You know, it says a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, right? They ain't gonna care. You know, man, we grew up together. I forget what movie it is, but you had a dude from Paid in Full who got shot in the head. You had and I think his name is Mike Epps. Yeah, Mike Epps. Yeah, they was pretty much doing the scam and whatnot and stuff. And Mike Epps, he was like, man, I don't really care about this money and stuff. He really cared about his friendship and stuff, but his man's was going too far and stuff, right? And he was like, what happened was that Mike Epps was like, man, this. He's like, man, I wouldn't care about any of this money in the world for you and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And his man's was like, I will. You know what I'm saying? You know, because he had that love for the money, man. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't cared for his man's. You know what I'm saying? He cared for his money. You're going to see a lot of that. You're going to see that in families. You're going to see that in associates. You know? You're going to see that in so-called trustworthy ones, man. You know? This is, this is, it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods. Spoil means to rob. It says, because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. You know, it says, yeah. So you know, that's pretty much what it's gonna be, man. It's gonna be turmoil out here. It's gonna be real bad and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, like the brother Yawana always say for a joke and stuff, which can actually be real reality and stuff. You down the street, you know what I'm saying? You going home, you get a bad feeling and stuff. You turn around and you see that one light that's on and stuff, and the whole block is full of shadow. And you hear somebody say, hey, nigga, hey, come here, check it out. You know what I'm saying? You turn around and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You speed up your pace and stuff, and you look back to see how far he is. You know what I'm saying? And you see that man hauling ass real fast, like a track running and stuff, and getting close about a second and stuff, and now you don't care about the little groceries or tomatoes that fall out your bag. You just trying to get in the house because you don't know what this man's intention is gonna be, man. You know, or this woman's intention is gonna be. You know, so uh, I hope this video was edifying, and I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Wahara Hakadash, double honors to apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect, which we hope to be. Shalom and a Paul.